ready to do this?
Logo.
Welcome back to LeagueCast, show where everything's made up and attack speed vein definitely doesn't matter. So, anyways, talking about the League of Legends recently is that jungling is falling out of the metagame. Is that right, John?
That's what I've been hearing. We decided to test this. We wanted to know if all teams should switch from jungling to keep up with that metagame switch, or if it was still viable to jungle. So we got a couple of our close friends together, decided to test this out for ourselves, only having one jungler on the board.
So, John, why don't you talk a little bit about how your jungle worked, since you were the jungler in the game that we're going to cover.
You're an ass.
Knowing that Amumu needs blue, we decided that since we had a choice between focusing the solo top or focusing the jungler to shut down, we chose Amumu was pretty strong. Let's shut him down. So we show up at blue early, and we're able to pick up a couple kills on Sona and Anivia. At the same time, we're able to disrupt Amumu's jungle completely, forcing him to B and ruining his jungle, limiting his ganking opportunity. That doesn't stop us though. Knowing his ganking ability is limited, Shen is able to roam the map instead of staying on top all the time. Helps us pick up a Sona kill here, for yours truly. And then you see it again here with Veigar. Veigar's fighting Brand. He gets really gutsy and goes really low. And just when you think Veigar's about to bite the dust from the Ignite and all the damage from Brand, who comes in? Shen! Saves him, Veigar picks up the kill and survives. But with every good strategy comes a little bit of a con. You'll see this with Nasus here. Leaving Teemo up top alone wasn't the greatest decision, especially with a fed Nasus who gets the solo lane. His Q is extremely farmed and he was able to take Teemo out pretty easily. This will come to bite us in the butt later in the game. Back down the bottom turret, Amumu finally makes his appearance from the jungle, still without a blue buff as you'll see, and it'll cost him his life. But not too much later, it's going to get them the turret. So Shen takes out Amumu, and Alistar and Vayne are going to roll in. With Shen still there, and Veigar soon to show up, Anivia's egg is going to be forced, and Sona's going to go down. Soon followed by Anivia, who's going to be headbutted by Alistar, and here comes the kill from Veigar, who showed up a little late, and they're going to get out of there. Teemo has plans of his own in the meantime. He's going to go up, take out that turret, but that's the only way he's going to get it, as while Nasus is gone. As you can see, if you look at the map, not only is John's team going to get this turret here with 4 of its people, but if you look in the mini-map, look at Nasus. He's left alone, we're not paying attention to him, and he's pushing up to the second mid-turret. Now granted, we can't notice this because we're busy with the team fight, 4v4 on bot. Now it's 5v4 with Shen showing up. Granted, we're able to pick up a bunch of kills, but as soon as Nasus is able to join up with the team, he's able to help coordinate a gank on yours truly, of course, unfortunately. But you'll see him wither and Vayne here, and Brand and Sona come in, and Brand picks up the kill on Vayne. Veigar manages to run away for a while. He eventually does die. Later on, we're going to get into a team fight in the river. We're not sure who to focus here. I end up taking out my co-host, and then we end up melting Brand, and we're going to take Nasus down. This is going to be one of Nasus's few deaths the entire game from how fed he is from his creep score. Now, the goal of John's team here was to try to separate my team the best that they could, but it never happened. Instead, we ended up separating them a lot. They actually won very few team fights in this entire game, which is surprising when you see the outcome. We're getting in another team fight here in the opposite river, and you're going to see John's team actually try to run away. Not noticing Nasus is gung-ho. He's not backing up. Pops his ult. He goes after Veigar, but Veigar gets away with an event horizon. But we definitely paid a casualty with Alistar. Here we are pushing another team fight. It starts out 5v3, turns into 5v4. Brand lets out his ultimate. I get unlucky, kills me. Amumu's harassing the crap out of Teemo and Shen up there. Shen is going to save Teemo's life, and Nasus is going to have to back off. But Alistar is caught out of position, and he's going to have to try to take Anivia down. If he's unsuccessful, Shen will pick it up. But still, Alistar does go down. You'll see another beginnings of a fight down here in bottom. I'm caught in the jungle, and that leads the enemy team, 3 of them, to run up to a turret and notice, hey, Nasus doesn't take that much damage from the turret. Let's push it. But they're not going to be able to get it as Shen comes in with his Fortify and Taunt combo. Doesn't get a kill on Nasus, but defends the turret well enough. But Anivia comes up to harass Shen a little bit to keep him busy, and that's enough time for Nasus to sneak around to the bottom and go up and take out the bottom turret and get a little bit of damage on the inhibitor. A little bit later on, John's team is going to come up again to the mid turret and say, hey, Nasus can handle the turret and Shen's damage. Let's take that turret out. It's almost dead. So Nasus' thinking here is, if I didn't take any damage from a turret and Shen, why would I take any damage from just Shen? So, with his super farm Q from being left alone up top, basically, he's going to sit there and he's going to almost completely take that inhibitor down by himself. Of course, he's got Sona and Brand's help. Gets it down easy. Shen doesn't know what to do. He's the only one there, as Alistar's just spawning and the rest of the team's dead. They go to the bottom inhibitor and they take that one out too, which is going to prove to be a significant problem later in the game. My team may have won team fights, but we could not handle John's team splitting up so much at the end. Team fighting means nothing when they're pushing all 3 lanes at the same time. This is the one team fight where John's team did not completely lose. We get in a fight in Top River again. I was out for blood on John at this point. I was mad 2 of my inhibitors were gone. I almost melted him, but he gets away. At this point, I'm mad at Nasus, and I'm going to go take him out. Whereas, yes, John came back in, picked up a kill on Teemo. He gets away again. At this point, Nasus is solo, and I know he's the problem. I'm going to take him out, and I'm going to get right the hell out of there because John is pushing with Anivia, and Sona's in the way. There's basically nothing I can do at this point. I killed Sona, but she had a Guardian's Angel, comes right back up. But while I'm busy, I left my Shin alone and he died. At this point, I have about enough time to look back at my base and realize, uh-oh, minions. Uh-oh, minions. Too late, game over. Those 2 inhibitors won the game. Nasus farming his Q ended up being our downfall.
So we played another game with Pipto's team in the jungle. We took a slightly different track in that we tried to stop the top lane as opposed to the jungler. And as a result, Lee Sin ended up marching all over us.
Actually, it was attack damage vein better than attack speed vein in all ways, shapes, and forms.
Right. So anyway, it looks like jungling is still useful in the meta, so long as your jungler or your top lane really knows what they're doing and can help carry the team.
You gotta make sure you have Vayne on your team too, as long as she's about attack damage. Just saying. Attack damage. Great attack speed. Anyways, so that brings our show to an end for the day. Before we leave you with the League of Legends moment of the week, I bet you wish you had a pair of these. Oh yeah, we're out of here. With that being said, John's not the only fat bastard on this show. Gragas has something to show you.
Jesus Christ, he's tiny. I've had bigger chunks of corn in my crap. Wait a minute. He kinda looks like a baby. Come here, I'm gonna eat you. I'm bigger than you, I'm higher in the food chain. Get in my belly. Come on. You're lucky, wee man! Ah! I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. Chili, baby back, that